going on than what you think.
And now for the uninformed.
So let's serve up some Dibbles and Bits.
Here's the biggest informer of them all, Mr. Know-It-All.
Right now on the Rob Dibble Show.
Dibbles and Bits brought to you by Tire Depot. That's right. My buddy Tony and his team at Tire Depot. You know they're the Cooper Tire headquarters. But did you know they also stock Michelin, BF Goodrich, and other high-quality brands? So if you need tires, you want them fitted right to your car, Tire Depot, just off Route 6 in Bristol, or online at tiredepotct.com.
Dude, we're making news all over in Connecticut right now. Some breaking news from UConn. I shouldn't say that. Some developing news from UConn women's basketball.
A developing story.
UConn's Paige Bueckers expected to start the season. Gino Auriemma has said that she is ready to go. Here is a quote from him just this afternoon. If she's not ready to go by then I'm not ready to go. Let's pull that away. So he doesn't want to play unless she's playing, and looks like she's playing.
And as tight-lipped as they always are, I honestly, that is a breaking story. The story is they actually gave you some meat.
Well, I've seen a few videos. I've seen a few practices, and she is wearing a heavy brace on her leg.
I think that's just for protection now. I don't think it'll be that heavy during the season.
I'm wondering about AZ's brace, too. She had to deal with that brace at the end of the season.
Linemen in college football, they always wear those braces.
Yeah, but they're big, fat, sloppy uglies that only have to move in a box about 5-yard radius.
This girl's had so many knee injuries. That's sad.
Yeah, but you got to learn to play with it if she has to. But from what I've seen, her movement looks pretty fluid. Yep. Those quick little side steps.
Also, it's all range of motion. What can she do?
Well, what she looks like she has been doing is keeping up her shot, because she's still one of the lights-out shooters from mid-range, and also probably develop even a better three-point shot.
They've missed that. Her and Fudd, man, they got to play a lot of games together.
I think what she brings that AZ doesn't have, that Nika doesn't have, that even Lou didn't have, is having the ball in your hands and creating your own shot off the dribble.
Yep.
And coming off a high screen and able to make that elbow jumper with confidence, to the point where, like, you better have me guarded, because if not, that's an easy bucket. I think the addition of all of these freshmen, everyone that got so much playing time last year, and now Paige Bueckers is back, watch out for UConn women's basketball again this year.
In the College World Series for baseball, TCU leads Oral Roberts 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning right now. So Oral Roberts, it's an elimination game. You lose, you go home. And tonight LSU plays Tennessee. Loser goes home. So a lot of cutthroat baseball still to be played today.
So news from TPC River Highlands this afternoon. Not really news, just some press conference from Jon Rahm.
What do you have to say?
At 10 a.m. Well, the elephant in the room, especially in that media center, if you are not from the Traveler'S Championship and really hoping the success of this week carries over into next year, the big topic of conversation around the world of golf is LIV versus PGA.
Oh, really?
And all of these top players that are top 10 in the PGA are going to get asked these questions, I would say, all the way until January 1st, until they figure something out. Now, we did get a little tip of the timeline from Jon Rahm in one of his responses to what he thinks of the union between PGA and LIV. He says, quote, "I didn't really talk about it much last week, and I guess I might know more in a few hours once we're done with the player meeting tonight." So there's a player meeting tonight. That's pretty good news to see what comes out of that. He also said, quote, "I don't think we're going to get a lot of answers, but I'm going to at least get an idea of where membership's head is at. That's all I can say. We don't know anything. I don't know if people in charge know much more than we do right now. There are so many unanswered questions at this point. I wouldn't want to waste time thinking about it, because there's a lot of what-ifs and unknowns." Jon Rahm is here. Jon Rahm is ready to play the Travelers Championship. I think Jon Rahm is expected to finish pretty high here this week in Cromwell. And to do so, you got to put stuff like that out of your brain. But it's going to be a question that's not only asked to him, to ask a lot of these PGA players all week long here at TPC. I thought it was a great answer.
I did. I did too.
And he's frustrated, man. Just throw out that conversation. Let's just talk about Jon Rahm's golf here lately. He's had some narrow misses and some big wins. He's had some bad Thursdays and Fridays, made cuts. I would say this is the occasion in the U.S. Open. And plays really great on Saturday and Sunday to try to call his way back to the top 20. I think this guy, if he puts it all together, is the best in the world. Better than Scotty Scheffler, better than Brooks Koepka. He's just been on a little bit of a downturn. Talking to Rich Beam was after the PGA Championship where he didn't fare so well. He's not afraid, or he's not confused with what Jon Rahm is. He's going to be right back at the top of his game, and it could start this week.
Well, and we will talk to Rich Beam. He will be here on Thursday. He's getting in for Sky Sports tomorrow.
Awesome.
And so he said he will stop by and pop on with us and talk about all this stuff. And listen, again, Rich is the kind of guy where he's more about golf than anything else. I think a lot of these guys, they're so passionate about it. They definitely want something to be more organized. And right now more transparent, and they're not getting enough answers. And I would be upset, too, if I was in the major leagues and they said, well, we got all this stuff that we're working on, but we're not going to tell you about it until a later date. You want to have some definition and some defined things in your life so you can plan for them. And, I've been on the other side watching the LIV Tour guys, and DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson talked about this at the U.S. Open, and they said, listen, as far as they know, they've talked to the CEO of the PIF Foundation and the Saudis, and they say the LIV Tour will go on through 2024, and they're going to continue to play on that next year as well as the PGA events that they're allowed to play on. So, so really – I think that, both sides, they don't know what the future holds. They just know in the immediate next year and a half, they're going to be golfing somewhere. They're going to be golfing.
Some news from the National Football League. We've had some gambling issues in the NFL in the last couple of years with all the new gambling states that have made it legal. They have put 6 new guidelines out for their players, plus they're going to have more educational sessions. See if these ring any true to your ears when you're thinking of your MLB rules. Rule number 1, Dibs. Don't bet on the NFL.
That's the easiest rule that should be in every clubhouse. Yeah, don't ever bet on the NFL.
Here's the one that people are breaking that is getting them in trouble. This goes to my Colts guy that just got in trouble in a couple of the Detroit Lions. Rule number 2, don't gamble at the team facility while traveling for a road game or staying in a team hotel. Yeah? That one,
yeah,
okay with
that?
That?
Listen, you could go to a casino. You just can't be around the team and do stuff.
Don't have someone bet for you. Don't do that.
God, no. Don't have like a
Here's one.
Middleman.
Don't share team inside information.
Yeah, that is the same thing as stocks. Don't do trader information. Don't do gambling
Don't
information.
enter a sports book during the season.
Nope. I mean, how about don't associate with known gamblers?
Here's a tough one. Don't play fantasy football.
That is a tough one. I don't know
Even
about
for the
that.
players.
All right, when we come back, fair or foul from the Travelers.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk to Davis Riley, PGA Pro here at the Travelers.